Welcome to The Short Score, your weekly update of roping news from around the industry, where you can find the latest on the sport from the pro rodeo ranks to the jackpot world. I'm Taylor Vollen, and I'm your host. Welcome back to another episode of The Short Score, everyone. It's your host, Taylor Vollen. It's been a big couple of weeks in WCRA land. 2 weeks ago, we had Corpus Christi wrap up, and last week, the Women's Rodeo World Championship took place in Fort Worth, May 14th through 20th. It was all about a pair of WPRA world champs, Martha Angelone and Jackie Crawford, in the team roping. Angelone, the 2022 WPRA world champion breakaway roper, and Crawford, who has 20 WPRA gold buckles, took home the 2023 Women's Rodeo World Championship team roping title. Lillian Kent, a junior Western digital content producer of ours, was on the grounds in Fort Worth at the WRWC and caught up with Martha and Jackie after the semifinals and after they won the big title.
First of all, how long have you and Jackie been roping together?
Honestly, Jackie and me started roping together just this past year. I've always, I guess you could say we roped some maybe last year too, but I've always wanted a chance to rope with her ever since I first came out here and started with all girls, and I'm glad that I finally get the chance to head for her. It makes me have a good feeling whenever we're back in the box.
Yeah, for sure. And then, aside from the fact that you guys are both excellent at what you do, what makes you guys a good team, you think?
Honestly, we did an interview yesterday maybe, and we talked about it, and we said that in the team roping, we really don't try to overthink things, and I think that's one thing because we both are breakaway ropers and everything, and we both team rope too, but it's not like our number one priority and our number one focus. I feel like we make a good team because we're not worried about doing anything but just our job. Like, we're not worried about going fast and doing that. We're just trying to make consistent runs over and over and over again, and in stuff like the women's finals, the consistency is key in the end and until the last couple rounds when you have to be fast.
Awesome. And tell me about the horse that you're riding.
It's actually my boyfriend's horse. It's Tanner Green's horse.
Okay.
My head horse that I usually ride of his, honestly had colic surgery in February, and then my good head horse, Mike Gray, sometimes he likes to duck a little bit too much for me, and the other one I've been riding is still cold, hasn't been through a barrier. So 3 days ago, Tanner got the bright idea, or actually it was the day before the cowgirl gathering, so how many days ago that was?
Like a week or so, who knows?
Yes, ma'am. He said, why don't you run some on pump and see how you like it? And I ran a pin on pump, and I absolutely loved it. And then I tried him at the all-girl that Monday, and I just wanted to make sure that he wasn't, he's a lot of horse for those steers because it's Tanner's open head horse, but I just wanted to make sure everything felt good at a jackpot. And this is the first time I've ever rode him in competition other than the jackpot. And other than me not really getting him faced the first time, I was a little bit bad about my left hand on that one. He's been super easy, and it's just making every run simple for me.
And I see he kind of pops up a bit usually when he faces. Is that just his style?
No, that's just I don't know how to ride him. He usually never. I had to call Tanner. I was like, they trimmed it out on Instagram and stuff, so you're not going to get to see it. And I don't know if anybody has the video, but I definitely reared your horse up whenever I faced him, and I don't know how I did that, but you need to tell me how to not do that because I don't want to make your horse do that when he's not one of those horses.
Tell me about kind of your mindset going into rope with Martha tonight.
Well, it's really an easy one with Martha. She's going to go fast. She's going to be aggressive. She's going to do Martha, and she's a winner. And there's really not a whole lot of thinking that you have to do about it. Just freaking ride to the steer and set it down when it feels right.
What made you decide to tie on versus Dally?
I dally, and I've actually dallied in that building most of the time, and I'm comfortable dallying. I don't mind it at all. The thing is that I'm looking at right now is that because I haven't been team roping as much, I just don't,
you're like
kind of in the back of my mind, I'm just like, why? Like, why take a chance of not being sharp at it, right? You know, so why take the chance doing it? Like, do the for sure thing. I don't like the feel of it near as good as not being tied on. I actually like not tying on a lot better. I feel like I can rope them better and like be a little snappier with it. But I just thought, why take the chance here? Why take the chance on, you know, not being sharp about it and say, get a finger in a dally, get something go wrong when I don't have to, you know?
For sure. And when there's money on the line, why not, you know?
There's a lot of money on the line, and there's a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of big stuff coming up. So I just feel like it's a risk that didn't need to be taken.
Of course. So. And just tell me about your horse, and then I'll let you go.
Leroy's awesome. Leroy, I headed and heeled on Leroy.
Oh, wow.
He is actually, I bought him for $6,500 from my dad. He's great, no papers, and probably one of the most valuable ones we have on our place. We head, heel, rope calves on him, do it all. He's just one of those easy, simple, you know, doesn't do anything outstanding, but does everything good, you know?
Okay.
And so he's just a neat horse. We love him, and he'll never go anywhere.
Aside from the 2023 WRWC Team Roping title, Martha also took home the Women's Rodeo World Championship all-around title. On the other hand, for Jackie Crawford, this Team Roping win marks her first ever WRWC title.
So I talked to Jackie. Basically, how are y'all setting each other up for success heading into today?
Heading into today, we really didn't talk about a game plan. We honestly were just going to go try to do what we always do and just make consistent runs. In the team roping, we don't really just try to go be fast, especially when it's all girls. Most of the time, if you make clean, consistent runs, you'll win a bunch of money, and that's what we did. We made 5 really good runs together, and we ended up winning a bunch. So
awesome. So was there a leg anywhere? Or
no,
clean?
We were clean on all of our steers. I cost us a little bit of time in the first 2 rounds facing the roan, but I finally figured out how to face him yesterday.
Yeah.
He did absolutely amazing after
he flipped around pretty quick. So talk me through that showdown round when y'all were running up the wall.
I knew our steer was slow and put his head up, so I was going to try to get a good start on the barrier and get him roped and set us up to be really fast, but I really didn't think about the possibility of running out of room right there. And the steer got heavy, and I ran a little bit of rope, and that's why it was almost more dramatic than what it should have been with me running into the people. But I had to slide a little bit of rope. If not, I was going to hit that steer way too hard right there. So,
kind of talk me through your preparation for this event.
Honestly, I haven't really been practicing heading much. My main focus is the breakaway and everything. Yeah. Whenever I get to head, it's more just go have fun to me, honestly. Like, that was something that I always did, and I always team roped. Thank you. And I always team roped and stuff, but I don't just put a tremendous amount of where I know I'm going to go to this week and go head a bunch. I honestly have been breakaway roping so much, I haven't even had a chance. I headed on that horse once in the practice pen and then brought him to the all-girls.
So how are you adjusting yourself when it comes time to head? Compared to, can you even put into words how you're?
Honestly, like the breakaway, I'm so used to having to throw fast. The team roping, especially the heading's easier for me because I can take another swing over my steer and still be good. And the breakaway, a lot of times you got to be too flat at the rodeos we got to go to win something. And kind of in the heading right there, I mean, I can take a couple extra swings and make sure my loop's really snappy, so it's a lot easier for me.
Yeah. So, and what's the fun factor for you?
The fun factor? I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't really have a fun factor in it, but team roping, I've always enjoyed it. And before the breakaway got big, I always went to the World Series and everything like that. So it's kind of like going back to where I started roping.
Okay.
Almost. So that, I guess you can call that my fun fact with all that.
Looking forward, are you and Jackie going to team up again, or is it kind of going to be like, till we meet again?
No, we've been roping at a bunch of the all-girls and stuff. Every chance that we get to go to one and rope together, we have. So I hope that we keep roping together and hopefully she'll cut me.
That's awesome. Remind me, how have you done at this event previously?
I've actually...
Are you contributing?
Talking. I've actually, the first year when we went into I believe it's AT&T Stadium. We went, I made it back healing with Ruby Magnus, and we didn't have any luck in the short round. And then I came back to the Final Four heading with a net stall last year, and we didn't have any luck. And so then this year came back healing. So.
Okay, so to you, what does winning this signify?
It's kind of one of those things, like, that saying that they can't really beat you unless you quit?
Yeah.
That's so true. We were talking about that yesterday, and it holds true for so many things. I mean, some of the biggest titles I've ever won, I failed at them time and time again before, and so this is kind of another one of those things that, got beat several times previous to now, but it's like keep after it, keep grinding, and it'll turn around if it's meant to be.
So, talk me through y'all's kind of mindset or your pre-game talk today.
Literally what we said when we walked in on the first one, we said, no use in overthinking it now.
I think she said, y'all aren't full-time team ropers, so it's almost like you have more freedom to just go do your job on this. It's not as much pressure.
Yeah. It's funny because for so long we did used to team rope a ton. We put a lot of work into team roping. And then as things have blown up with the breakaway, it's just like our time is being consumed. But, the effort and the time was put in to the team roping. And then I know for me, like I had to turn out of an event so I could go home and put a solid weekend on the team roping side, because I'm like, I don't want to go to one of what I consider the most prestigious thing there is for women in the team roping and in all the events, and unprepared. So I went home, I turned out of things for a week. I went home and we practiced and we worked at it, and my healer came in, and I know Martha team ropes, as much as she can. So the work, it's not that you necessarily are just going into a blind. The work's
no.
No, I know. It's just like the work's been put in. It's just we just don't get to do it as much as we used to. And
well,
I miss it.
There's only so many hours in the day.
Yeah.
And I know on one of your podcasts with Casey, you were saying like you had to start picking because you were everything to everybody.
And so, you do. And so the things for me in this stage that I'm at right now, that was one of the things that the team roping kind of had to take a little bit of a back seat. As far as like taking up my priority time. So.
Yeah, that almost makes it more special. It's like, I still got it.
I love it. It's fun to come here too. I mean, I roped on a $6,500 grade horse I bought from my dad, and this is definitely Leroy's biggest win, I can tell you that.
He's paid for his grain of the foreseeable future.
Oh yeah.
I love it. And walk me through your 2 runs, and then I'll let you go.
Today, the first run was a little bit scary. That first round of the team roping was unbelievably tough.
That was when y'all were heading back up to where everyone was standing, right?
Yes. And Martha hung it on him quick, but we really didn't. He kind of slowed up, and we really didn't have anywhere to go with him. And I got caught a little, like, high to his head, and I had to wait for her to move him a little bit. I got a little nervous because we had to be so fast to make it back. I mean, it was definitely
That's
one of the best.
That's how these things are. It's so brutal in the showdown, and then Triple Crown is usually just survival mode.
Yeah, you never know. Like, you just never know. And so that first round, that was a little scary for me because I knew we didn't have anywhere to go in this smaller arena. And so luckily she did a great job at getting into the corner and getting her horse face and getting everything tight. And so that was awesome. And then the second run, we knew this steer, we got to come back and pick, and we got to pick second. And we really wanted the one that the girls that came back high call picked, but then this was our second pick, so we got him. And we knew him because we'd run him before. Martha did just such an awesome job. I kind of got a little worried. I thought I had to take one more swing, but got him timed out and all.
The instincts took over.
Put some pressure on, and that's all we could do. Sit and wait.
Great. Is there anything else you want to add?
Just that I'm super excited. I know, like, it wasn't that long ago that me and Martha decided to, hey, let's try to team up there. But it's just cool because you look at somebody like Martha, and Martha's a winner. And yeah, she might not team rope all the time, and I might not team rope all the time, but I know that when you get with somebody that's a winner, she knows how to win when it's time.